Well, the next chapter in the Deflategate saga is scheduled to begin Tuesday in New York. New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady is appealing a 4-game suspension stemming from Wells's 243-page report, which found that the star quarterback was at least generally aware of a scheme to illegally deflate footballs for the AFC Championship game.
Now, the decision is now in the hands of NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, who rejected the NFL Players Association's request that he recuse himself from the process. The commissioner has said that he looks forward to presiding over the hearing and will welcome any new information before making his ruling.
The key for us is to be able to allow any information that Tom Brady and his representatives have. I look forward to hearing directly from Tom on that. And is there any new information or information that he can bring more clarity to, or something that wasn't considered in the Wells report?
Joining us is senior NFL writer for CBSSports.com, Will Brinson. Hey, Will.
How you guys doing?
Good, good. Before we get to the details of Tuesday's hearing, how did we get here?
Well, it's a convoluted process that involves a lot of union versus management negotiations through the collective bargaining agreement. The union wanted to take away the power from Roger Goodell, but ultimately it was a stipulation they couldn't get out of the CBA that was built back a few years ago, and so he retained the judge, jury, and executioner power. And here we are with him hearing an appeal of a decision that he ultimately made in the first place.
How are these hearings carried out? Can you walk us through the process? I mean, will Brady actually speak? Will the commissioner be questioning him, just face to face? Lawyers obviously will be in the room.
Yeah, there are lots of lawyers involved. Roger Goodell has said that he wants to see Tom and speak to him face to face. Remember, these are two guys that know each other very well. I imagine it like playing out like some sort of Curb Your Enthusiasm type scene where Roger Goodell leans in and stares at Tom Brady in the eye and tries to determine whether he did anything wrong or not. But I mean, ultimately, he wants to hear Tom Brady's side from Tom Brady himself. I wouldn't expect that Tom Brady, anything that he has to say is going to change the opinion of what Roger Goodell heard from this multi-million-dollar report that Ted Wells put together.
Yeah, and speaking of that multi-million-dollar report, how can Commissioner Goodell be the person that is deciding all of this? I mean, a lot of people would say that's a conflict of interest.
A lot of people would say that, but again, it really does. It boils down to the CBA, and he has the ultimate authority and the judge, jury, executioner power to do so. I would guess that you'll see something like we've seen with Adrian Peterson and the Ray Rice matters, where Tom Brady, if the suspension is not eliminated or at least reduced to a single game, which he might be willing to take, no telling on that he'll end up suing the NFL and taking this to court and dragging this process deeper into the summer.
Any idea, though, like how they're going to argue this case? I mean, you have this huge report that they spent tons of money on and tons of time on, rather. I mean, what are they going to say to defend themselves?
What will Brady say to defend himself, or the NFL?
No, the Brady. I mean, how is he going to come in there and say, no, this report is wrong?
Well, he's going to say that there's no concrete proof that he did anything wrong. There's preponderance of evidence, which is what the NFL uses to determine whether or not something, violated, so whether or not somebody violated the code of ethics, whether there's a greater percentage chance that he's guilty than he is innocent, which is why Ted Wells used the more than likely knew about it. But the reality is there's nothing concrete that ties Brady to this. So I think he'll go in there and argue that they don't really have any concrete proof that can put him, to put him in a situation where he violated any rules.
Usually when I get a traffic ticket, which happens
how often?
Sometimes, maybe 3
I got one
times a year.
last week.
But if you go to the judge and you say, you know what, sorry, judge, I'm really sorry, and I won't do it again, or whatever, and you just sort of admit some guilt.
Yeah.
They'll say, okay, I won't take off all the points. I'll take off 1 point,
right,
and I'll reduce your penalty. Do you think that that's something that may very well play out here? Just the fact that he is, standing up for himself, Brady I'm talking about, to, go in front of the commissioner and say, you know what, commissioner, I know what the report says, but I'm standing, face to face because I believe
he's not going to throw himself in the mercy of the court if that's what you're asking. Tom Brady's going to go in there and he's going to say, listen, I didn't do anything wrong. You guys don't have any proof. I'm not giving you my text messages because you know what? They're my text messages.
Right.
I say private things to my wife and my family on there. And if you guys don't want to reduce the suspension because I didn't do anything wrong, and I'm telling you I didn't do anything wrong, then I'm going to have to take you to court. He's a proud guy who doesn't want his legacy tarnished, and that's why this is only going to get uglier.
To be continued, yeah. Will Brinson, thanks so much.
Yeah, guys, take care.
Thanks, Will.